Have you ever looked at your blood sugar or your A1C or the weight around your waist and thought, why does this keep happening? Because you're trying, you're eating better, you're cutting back on sugar, you're reading labels, maybe you're walking every day, maybe you're even taking supplements, and yet you still get tired after meals, you still crave sweets at night, your belly fat still seems stuck, and your blood sugar still isn't where you want it to be. That's where a lot of people get frustrated because nobody ever explains what actually makes the body more insulin sensitive. Most people get told what to stop doing: eat less, exercise more, avoid sugar, try harder. But what if some of the biggest improvements come from things most people completely overlook? What if one of the reasons you're stuck has nothing to do with willpower? Because in this video, I'm going to walk you through 10 things that improve insulin sensitivity. And a few of them may explain why your body hasn't been responding the way you expected. In fact, one of them is something I recommend almost every single day in practice. Let's start with one of the easiest. Number one, walking after meals. This is one of my favorite recommendations because almost everyone can do it. You don't need a gym, you don't need special equipment, you don't need an hour. Even a short walk after a meal can help. Think about what most people do after eating. They sit down, they get back to work, they watch television, they scroll on their phone. Meanwhile, their blood sugar is rising. Movement helps your muscles use some of that fuel. It's the one reason many people notice better blood sugar readings when they start walking consistently. And here's what's interesting. Many people focus on intense exercise, but they completely overlook a simple 10-minute walk. And that leads directly into number two, building muscle. This may be one of the most powerful insulin sensitizers that nobody talks about, because muscle isn't just for athletes. Muscle helps restore fuel. Think of muscle like a storage tank. The larger the tank, the more room you have. The smaller the tank, the easier it fills up. I see this all the time. People focus entirely on losing weight, but they never focus on maintaining or building muscle. Then they wonder why their metabolism keeps slowing down and why blood sugar becomes harder to manage. Now here's something that works together with muscle. Number three, eating enough protein. This is one of the biggest missing pieces I see. Someone tells me they're eating healthy. Then breakfast is toast or cereal or a muffin or a smoothie with very little protein. 2 hours later, they're hungry again. By evening, their cravings are through the roof. Protein helps create stability. It helps support muscle. It helps support fullness. It helps reduce blood sugar swings. Many people focus on removing foods, but they never ask, what should I be adding? And protein is often the answer. Now here's something that surprises a lot of people. Number four, sleeping more. Most people think sleep affects energy, and it does, but also affects cravings, appetite, blood sugar, hormones, and insulin sensitivity. I've seen people improve their blood sugar without changing much else, simply because they improve their sleep. Think about how you feel after a terrible night of sleep. You're hungrier, you're more likely to crave sugar, you're more likely to reach for caffeine. That's not a coincidence. Your body notices poor sleep, and the next thing it notices is stress. Number five, reducing chronic stress. Most people think stress is emotional, but your body experiences stress physically. Work stress, financial stress, relationship stress, poor sleep, chronic inflammation. The body responds to all of it. And when stress stays elevated for longer periods of time, blood sugar regulation often suffers. This is one reason some people tell me, I was doing great, then life happened. And suddenly their cravings came back. Their energy dropped, and their blood sugar got worse. Now here's a habit that many people think is helping, but often does the opposite. Number six, creating more time between meals. Notice I didn't say starving yourself, and I didn't say everybody should fast. But many people snack from the time they wake up and the time they go to bed. Breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner, dessert. Their body never gets a break. Every time food comes in, the body has to respond again. So if someone is constantly grazing all the time, their blood sugar and insulin system may never get a chance to settle down. One of the biggest improvements some people make is simply stopping unnecessary snacking, not starving, not forcing extreme fasting, just giving the body more space between meals. And that brings us to something most people never talk about. Number 7, improving gut health. This is an area that's getting more attention every year because your gut does more than just digest food. It influences inflammation, hormones, appetite, and metabolism. Now, I'm not saying every blood sugar problem starts in the gut, but what I am saying that poor gut health can make metabolic problems harder to improve. When the gut is irritated or inflamed, the body can stay in a more stressed, inflamed state. And when inflammation stays high, blood sugar regulation and insulin sensitivity can become harder to improve. So for some people, improving gut health is not separate from metabolic health. It may be part of the same picture. And that leads to one of the biggest contributors of all. Number 8, reducing liquid sugar. Most people immediately think about desserts, but they completely overlook drinks, soda, sweet tea, energy drinks, fancy coffee drinks, juice. Liquid sugar is easy to consume, and many people consume far more than they realize. I've had patients dramatically reduce sugar intake without changing food very much at all, simply by changing what they drink. Now here's one that doesn't get enough attention. Number 9, losing visceral fat. I'm not talking about appearance. I'm talking about metabolic health. Visceral fat is the fat stored deeper around organs, and is strongly associated with insulin resistance. This is why waist circumference can tell us a lot, because sometimes the scale doesn't tell the whole story. Your weight may not change much, but your belt notch moves. Your waistline changes, your belly fat doesn't match how hard you're trying. That's when we have to ask, where's the weight being stored? It's not just about weight. It's about where that weight is being stored. And finally, number 10, certain nutrients. Now, before anyone misunderstands me, supplements are not magic. You can't out-supplement poor sleep. You can't out-supplement constant stress. And you can't out-supplement a poor diet. But some nutrients can provide additional support. I think of these as support tools, not the foundation. The foundation is still sleep, movement, muscle, protein, stress management, and better food choices. But nutrients such as berberine, chromium, alpha-lipoic acid, magnesium, taurine, all have been studied for the role in supporting healthy blood sugar regulation and insulin sensitivity. Notice something. Every single thing we've talked about today works with the body, not against it. Walking, muscle, protein, sleep, stress management, meal spacing, gut health, reducing liquid sugar, improving body composition, targeted nutrients. None of these are flashy, none of them are secrets, but together they can have a powerful impact, and that's what I want people to understand. Improving insulin sensitivity is usually not about finding one magic solution. It's about consistently doing the things that help your body work the way it was designed to work. The goal is to not fight your body harder. The goal is to help your body respond better. Let me know in the comments, which of these are you already doing? And which one of these do you think would make the biggest difference for you? Because in the next video, I'm going to show you the hidden reason your belly fat may not be going away, even when you're trying to do everything right. I'll see you in the next video.